Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm a little farther away today from the screen because we're all sick again here. Oh my gosh, I told my daughter yesterday. My youngest granddaughter started about 3 days ago. I said, she's got a runny nose, guys. Yeah, she has a runny nose. I said, well, who's she been around? I was sick. So it's a little neighbor boy that they're about the same age and they get together, yeah, about once or twice a week and they go to the library together, yeah, of course, with moms in tows and grandmas in tows. Uh, and so he was sick. Now she got it, and we all have it here now. It's something. I think I'm going to have to make my antibiotic tea because I think it's strep throat. The reason I have a very scratchy, painful throat, and so does my daughter. My son-in-law just got it as well. He was fine yesterday. I think he got woke up sick this morning. The only one that didn't get anything yet is my oldest granddaughter, and I think it's because she has the least contact with the little one. Anyway, and as soon as we find out, we try to refrain from the hugging and kissing, that you do as a family. I love you, hug, hug, hug. We're a very huggy family, I have to say. And I love that even after all these years. When my children, except for my oldest one is a little bit more reserved, kind of like me. I didn't grow up with all the hugging, okay, that the people do here, Americans do here. But I kind of got used to it as well. I don't really initiate hugs. Yeah, with my children I do. But with my grandchildren, of course, I do. But otherwise, I don't initiate hugs. If someone comes and wants to give me a hug, I'm going, oh, did I put enough deodorant on today? Yeah, right? But I try to make it short and okay, that's nice. Yes, thank you. I'm just not big on that, right? Yes, I reserve the hugging and kissing and this one and whatever to my closest family members because I feel that is the right way to do it. And that which brings me to okay, so we're all kind of sick here. You can probably tell on my voice. Yes, yeah. Thankfully, my nose is not so clogged up or whatever, so that's good. Maybe still coming, I don't know. But I most likely will make that antibiotic tea today, unless I feel some relief and go, oh, okay, it's just a sore throat. It happens with a cold, right? But brings me to something that, and I've interestingly enough, seen some interesting posts on Facebook with young people who are kind of advocating modesty again. I like that. Modesty is fine. What's wrong with modesty? Personally, I don't really need to see, and again, it's the women who are doing it. The men, okay, there was a time, and sometimes there's like this one type of guy who walks around, I don't know, without underwear under their pants, and somehow the pants don't fit, and they kind of keep falling down as the day goes on, and you see more and more of the crack. I'm just saying, not a big deal for me. It's as I said, it's one type of guy. I don't think they're doing it to be sexy. I think they're just doing it because they're not aware. They don't care. That's fine. I don't care either. But I'm bringing it up because. But otherwise, most guys are kind of modest, right? Yes? Okay, well, they walk around without a shirt on. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. It's hot out there oftentimes. Do some of them walk around without a top, without a shirt on, because they want to show off their abs that worked for real hard? Sure, I don't care. That's just a little eye candy. I'm not going to go and. Right? Well, it's the same for the guys. Is it? Is it the same? Is it the same? Do women appreciating the upper body of a guy that's exposed? Do women appreciate that in the same way as a guy who can see your boobs popping out of your shirt, out of a woman's shirt, right? or just about your butt cheeks in your really short pants or whatever. Right? Yes? Is it the same? Now, be honest. It's not the same. Besides that, as the gender female who is way more vulnerable when it comes to attacks, rape, I don't know what, foul play, pedophilia. It is, boys are also afflicted by that, by others, by beasts and monsters out there, but that call themselves human. Those are probably the aliens among us, okay? You want an alien here on Earth? Or think they're out there somewhere? Those are probably the aliens. So they're much closer to home than people think. Okay, just saying. But it's usually women. Women are afflicted by all this. The kidnapping of women. For what exactly? Prostitution. I guarantee you there's a much higher percentage of women prostituting than men out there. For what exactly? For whom? Just saying. Yes, they make a choice. Okay. It's a business. But if men didn't want it, it wouldn't exist. These women could have a better job, a nicer job, a more respectful job. Yes? Okay. Then one has to almost thank these ladies, because what if that weren't available? What would these men who are paying for prostitutes do otherwise? How would they satisfy themselves otherwise? By forcing women and girls? Yeah. Interesting way to look at? Yeah. It's the prostitutes that are being persecuted, but the ones who should be persecuted and judged and looked at sideways are whom exactly? The men using them, abusing them, right? Yes? You know, with abortion, the same thing. See, now I'm getting into other stuff. With abortion, the same thing. It's always the woman. Well, the woman has, it's the woman's choice, you know, this and that, if you're for abortion. How about the men? Where are the men? The men are the responsible part for getting a woman pregnant. Yes? But it's always about the woman and her body, this and that, right? Forgetting that there's two people here involved. Let's go after the men who use their holy places, their sexual parts, in such a loose way. Let's make them all into eunuchs. Yes? That's it. A woman who feels like she has no other recourse than go and have an abortion. Okay? That's a very selfish way to do things. But the thing is, who got her into this position? Should there just be the woman? And the thing is, it's women, you know, it's abortions, you know, they're relatively safe, but not really. There's a lot of damage that goes with it. As far as I know, there's a large percentage of women who can't get pregnant anymore after one abortion. Why not just find out who the father is? And then circumcise them. No, circumcise. What am I saying? They're probably already circumcised. Make them into eunuchs. Right? Yes, I find it interesting. Don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely against abortion. It's murder. Right? Yes, legal murder. That's an interesting one, right? It's like a fallible couple of words together. Legal murder. Ha ha ha. Of unborns. That's good. Right? Yeah, people out there. There's a lot of people out there who think that's okay to do. Yes? That's terrible. It's awful. Collective sin. But anyway, it's disturbing on how men just get away with it again and again and again and again. It's disturbing. It's also nice to see how many men actually stand up for, or against abortion. The thing is, again, how are they talking about the women who have the abortions? Why not talk about the men who get the women into this situation and then don't take responsibility? Damn cowards out there. Huh? You see? Yeah, I always think a little farther than most people. You want to be such an advocate and pro-life, then go after both parties. Go after both of them. Find out who these fathers are who have no problems in letting their women, the mothers, go to an abortion clinic. Because those are the true scumbags out there. Just saying. Anyway, so to go back to the modesty and the kissing and hugging, I believe, and I was like that during all my marriage, there was no other guy dancing with me. I never danced with another guy after I got married. Not to one time. No hugging either. I wasn't big on the, okay, that's okay. Right? No hugging and stuff. No kissing or anything. None of that. No. And I never liked to dress. Okay, I was a teenager once, okay? But in this provocative way. For me, it was always more like a style of art in a way that I dress. Kind of like my youngest daughter, who she dresses like an artist. Yes, that's kind of what I like to do too. It was more about the art of dressing rather than the sex appeal that I wanted to give out there. Right? Yes. Anyway, so yeah, I like the modesty. Yeah, be a little bit more modest. Let the guys guess a little bit what's underneath that dress. Yes, rather than showing it off to the whole world. I'm, as a woman, definitely not interested in that. And I would like to see bathing suits again that are a little bit more nicer. And there are nice bathing suits out there who can show off your curves, this and that, in a full swimsuit, this and that, with little ruffles on it, or a little skirt, or, less sunburn too. Yes? Or, if people are so into wearing so scantily anything at the beach, then, I don't know, have a few nude beaches where people can go and look at each other and go, oh, look, you got the same as I do. Oh, she's got the same as that one does. Oh, look, they all kind of actually look the same. Okay. All right, let's get going now. Said enough, right? Anywho. So, if you're married, you have a boyfriend, then you don't go and associate with other men, and vice versa. If even if it looks innocent or whatever, you just don't do that. And I think a lot of misunderstandings and mistrust and this and that could be avoided if both parties, man or woman, would once you have committed yourself to someone or you are with someone, then then show it. Be loyal. That's being loyal. And if a person doesn't show any loyalty to you when you're in a relationship or in a marriage, get away. They ain't not worth it. Let them be together with other people who are not loyal and find yourself someone loyal. How's that? Yes. So kind of simple, isn't it? So we are in the book of Jeremiah 42, the flight to Egypt. Then all the military leaders, in particular Johanan, son of Kareah, and Azariah, son of Hoshea, and all the people from least to greatest approached the prophet Jeremiah and said, please hear our petition and intercede with Yahweh your God for us and for all this remnant, and how few of us are left out of many your own eyes can see, so that Yahweh your God may show us the way we are to go and what we must do. It's interesting because didn't Jeremiah already told them what they needed to do? You don't like what you're hearing, then you're going to go and, well, I don't like that. Yeah, it's like a little time. Okay, how do you feel about this now? The same? The prophet Jeremiah replied, I hear you. I will indeed pray to Yahweh your God as you ask, and whatever answer Yahweh your God gives you, I will tell you, keeping nothing back from you. Why can't Jeremiah at that time, unless of course this is again, I don't know, why would this be after in here with whatever we read before? Why doesn't Jeremiah just tell him, I already told you everything? Why do you come and ask again? You think the answer is going to change? They, in their turn, said to Jeremiah, May Yahweh be a true and faithful witness against us if we do not follow the instructions that Yahweh, your God, sends us through you. Oh my gosh. Whether we like it or not, we shall obey the voice of Yahweh, our God, to whom we are sending you, so that we may prosper by obeying the voice of Yahweh, our God. They already don't really trust God to give them an answer. So they're making promises. Yes? Oh, we will. You just tell us. Isn't that interesting? Huh. It's, yeah, well, anyway. 10 days later, the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah. 10 days later. He then summoned Johanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders who were with him, and all the people from least to greatest, and said, Yahweh, God of Israel, to whom you deputed me to present your petition, says this, If you will only stay in this country, I shall build you and not overthrow you. I shall plant you and not uproot you. For I am sorry about the disaster I have inflicted on you. God's doing something, and he goes and apologizes for that he did that. That's our God. That's our heavenly parent. Are you serious? Do not be afraid of the king of Babylon, whom you fear now. Do not fear him, Yahweh declares, for I am with you to save you and rescue you from his clutches. I shall take pity on you, so that he pities you and lets you return to your native soil. Man, you know what? I'm telling you what, this is such a flip-floppy thing here. What are we reading now to compare to what we read before? But if you say, we will not stay in this country if you disobey the voice of Yahweh your God, and here comes the threat. Again, God would never, no, do that. And say, no, Egypt is where we shall go, where we shall not see war or hear the trumpet call or go short of food. That is where we want to live. In that case, a remnant of Judah listen to Yahweh's word. Yahweh Sabaoth, God of Israel, says this, If you are determined to go to Egypt, and if you do go and settle there, the sword you fear will overtake you there in Egypt, and there you will die. Yes, all those who are determined to go to Egypt and settle there will die by sword, famine, and plague. Not a single one of them will survive or escape that disaster I shall inflict on them. So he's sorry to have inflicted what he did before. Then he says, if you go to Egypt and don't stay where I tell you to stay, I'm going to inflict more on you. And then God's going to be sorry again in case they come and say, hey, Jeremiah, can you go now and ask him again? We're really going to do what he says to do. Are you guys hearing this? This really came from God. I don't believe that for a moment. Yes, Yahweh Sabaoth, the God of Israel, says this, just as my furious anger was poured out on the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so will my fury be poured out on you if you go to Egypt. You will become an object of execration and horror, a curse, a laughingstock, and you will never see this place again. Remnant of Judah, Yahweh has told you, do not go into Egypt. Understand clearly that today I have given you a solemn warning. You were not being sincere when you sent me to Yahweh your God and said, intercede for us with Yahweh our God. Tell us exactly what Yahweh our God says, and we will do it. Today I have told you, but you have not obeyed the voice of Yahweh your God or any part of the message he sent me to give you. So understand this clearly. You will die by sword, famine, and plague in the place where you want to go and settle. Okay. So 43 goes on again. You know what? Let's just read. How much time do I have? Let's read 43 too. It's not that long. Because it just goes on. There's no overhead. 43. When Jeremiah had finished telling all the people all the words of Yahweh their God, which Yahweh their God had sent him to tell them, all the words quoted above, Azariah son of Hosea, and Johanan son of Kareah, and all those arrogant men said to Jeremiah, you are lying. Yahweh our God did not send you to say, just like reading a really bad fiction novel. Do not go to Egypt and settle there. it was Baruch son of Neriah who keeps inciting you against us to hand us over to the Chaldeans so that they can put us to death or deport us to Babylon. So neither Yohanan nor any of the military leaders nor any of the people obeyed the voice of Yahweh by staying in the country of Judah. Instead, Yohanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders led off the entire remnant of Judah, those who had come back from all the nations where they had been driven to live in the country of Judah, men, women, children, the royal princesses too, and every single person that Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, had left with Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, including the prophet Jeremiah and Baruch, son of Neriah. And so, in disobedience to the voice of Yahweh, they reached Egypt and arrived at Taphanis. Jeremiah foretells the invasion of Egypt by Nebuchadnezzar. At H and P. Tapanhes. Oh my gosh, how do you say that? The word of Yahweh was addressed to Jeremiah as follows: Take some large stones and bury them in the cement on the terrace outside the entrance of Pharaoh's palace in Tapanes, where the Judeans can see you. Then say to them, Yahweh God of Israel says this: Look, I shall send for my servant Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and he will place his throne on the stones I have buried, and spread his canopy above them. When he comes, he will defeat Egypt. Those for the plague to the plague, those for captivity to captivity, those for the sword to the sword. He will set fire to the temples of the gods of Egypt. He will burn these gods or take them prisoner like a shepherd wrapping his cloak around him. So he will wrap Egypt around him and then leave without anyone laying hands on him. He will break the obelisks of the temple of the sun in Egypt and burn down the temples of the gods of Egypt. Okay, so going back, did you hear? Did you guys hear what I just all read here? In 42 and 43, the flip-flopping going around, the people going one way and then the other way. They don't like what they're hearing, this and that. Are they loyal? Are they loyal to our Heavenly Parent? There's no loyalty going on, is there? Yes? Again. And things become chaotic. Consequences, just chaotic. If we're not loyal to our partner, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, while we're with them, if we're not loyal to them, it also will become chaotic. A marriage will become chaotic. Any relationship will become chaotic when people, that includes friends, that includes your relationship with your parents as a child and the parents with their children, parents' relationship with their children. It just becomes chaotic. Where there's no loyalty, there's no truth. Where there's no truth, you can't harvest love. True love. Can't. There. Yes? So, kind of goes well with what I started out with. Yes? Kind of got into it a little bit. I do attempt to. But, are people tired out there of just, oh, I got to be really careful what I say? Well, I'm careful what I say, too. Right? I think that trying to instill better morals in people when it comes to things that are affecting and hurting others really badly, especially innocent children. Why would the truth hurt? Why can't it be said as it is? Don't murder your unborn children. You have choices beforehand to make if you don't want a child. That goes for both father and mother. Right? Anyway, there, right? So, teaching people again, be more loyal. What's wrong with that? To each other. Yes? Don't give that up for a one-night stand. Some infatuation, a crush. So sad. Anyway. Okay, that's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith. Let's keep praying, yes? And I will talk to you all another time.